So I can somewhat relate myself. Not that I have a minimum wage job by any means, but that I am technically considered to still be in an entry level position in my field as a personal trainer. A lot of times the opportunities for advancement are there, but then it also results in me actually doing my profession less and less. So with my company specifically, if I were to be promoted, my next step up would be what they call a fitness director, in which you may still get to train a handful of clients. You get 5 or 6 clients to train each week, but the majority of your job now focuses on sales, selling personal training, and it does help to have this physical education background, but inherently you have to be a good salesman in order to be successful at your job. Uh, there really isn't ironically enough, a guaranteed better pay scale for being promoted to a fitness director, but the opportunity is there. A lot of times, I, as a personal trainer, have made more consistent paychecks than my fitness directors, and that's one thing that is you know turned me off from wanting to take that promotion. And for two, I know that I'm not a good salesman. I just know that it's not part of my personality, so it doesn't really interest me. Besides the fact that again, I got into the industry to be a personal trainer, to work with clients one on one, day after day, not to be promoted into a position that very very rarely focuses on personal training, but then mostly focuses on sales. And again, if I were to be promoted from a fitness director, beyond that is the district manager position, which includes no training at all. You're at that point technically not allowed to train anybody, and it's basic management of all the fitness directors. Some with the trainers as well, but mainly focusing on getting the fitness directors to hit their sales goals every pay period. Here again is it's not why I got into the fitness industry. I want to be a personal trainer and I want to work with my clients one on one all day long. So, as with the company that I work for, and I've seen it in a few other um, potential job opportunities as well. Their system for advancement generally um, involves you training less and less, and suddenly you're just managing other trainers, and you're doing more of a office setting type job versus being out there on the floor working with clients one on one. The only way to get around that would be for me to open my own gym and have all the best of both worlds, be the owner of my own facility, and then also still be able to train all day long. But as of right now, I don't have any sort of capital to take advantage of an idea like that. So I still sit at an entry level position. Um, so I can certainly understand, again, getting back to the topic at hand here with minimum wage, how there might be those out there, those minimum wage workers that they've really carved out a good spot for themselves in their minimum wage job. They're happy where they are, and they like what they do. Uh, but maybe they either aren't fit for the position that would give them a better pay, or they just simply aren't interested in it. So again, we can go back to, well, why not at least give those that are already contributing members of society. They have a job and they're trying to carve out a living for themselves. Why not at least make it a possibility, that they don't have to instead resort to having 2 jobs or 3 jobs, and then sacrificing their family life in order to make enough money to have all their ends meet and to get all their bills paid on a monthly basis. I certainly I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that that's certainly not in any way unreasonable. I don't feel that it's asking too much. I don't feel that we're giving them a handout by any means. They are still working for that money. They're still earning that money versus, again, something like the welfare program where they are just receiving a handout. And I feel that in itself has just created a crutch for, our American lifestyle, that those that are down and out and on hard times have just resorted to depending on welfare and expecting that it will be a check in the mail each month. There's a very, very small percentage that does, manage to get their act together, get their life together, and get off of welfare, but there are also those that just lean on it and expect that it will always be there for them. They don't see the need to improve their lifestyle in order to get rid of their welfare checks. So I think it would do our society some good to get rid of something like the welfare program and encourage, members of our society to bring back that drive, that fight for success, that they are show that they are willing to work to earn those wages and to better the advancement of our society as a whole. We will always have those on the bottom, the middle, and the upper class, but it seems to function fairly well that way. If we do any sort of distributive type justice, it would end up discouraging the advancement of our society. We would no longer be interested in fighting to get ahead or be the person to create or invent, because all of our earnings would be distributed equally among all members of our society. So it certainly doesn't work out best that way, but instead to keep the I don't want to say separation, but the different levels of opportunity. We have the middle and upper and lower classes. But there is the point again where we should at least give that minimum opportunity. That we have these poverty lines and whatnot for a distinction of what qualifies as a need for welfare assistance and whatnot, but I'm surprised that at our minimum wage, one person working for a family of three at this point still falls almost $4,000 short of what the poverty line for a family of three is, when you consider what the potential for minimum wage is.